about hate. This is about respect. And if you guys are choosing not to listen to the black community and respect the people that go into your stores and make you and your people money, not only for you guys here in America, but for the money that you send over to your people across the pond, if you don't want to respect black people, don't respect black dollars. That's it. But this has nothing to do with whatever tensions you have with South Asians. This is about respect. And no one can force black people to spend their money anywhere they do not want to. That $50 billion that you guys get from black people a year.
Now take a look at that, guys. That is a lot of money right there. And to be unappreciated, you know what I'm saying? Remember when Tupac made that You Are Appreciated song? You know what I'm saying? To be unappreciated when you're feeding hundreds of thousands of families in the country, most of you guys don't even have a passport to get into. It is very sad. You know, some of you guys have nail salon appointments, hair salon appointments right now. Some of you got to go pick up your Chinaman food right now. You need to consider the fact that you are not being reciprocated.
Shrinking, isn't it? Damn. Anywho, have a good day.
I really want you guys to watch this video.
You don't go into a black neighborhood without seeing Asian businesses or restaurants or liquor store owners, and vice versa. You don't go into Asian neighborhoods without seeing black customers and black clients that keep our businesses alive. And
You don't go into the black community without seeing Asian businesses and restaurant and liquor store owners.
Now, before we move any further, that was the crazy lady that couldn't even hold Young Jeezy down. You know, it ain't because he's some thug or he from the streets or something like that. He actually tried to give it a go. If you look at her history, she had many husbands and men before Young Jeezy. So it was a weird interaction in the first place, but he tried to make it work. She was crazy, right? But listen to what she said. Look at the relationship. She said, we have many businesses in the black community, and then we have many black people that are customers in our community. So we can buy from them, but they don't buy from us. Now, keep in mind, I believe in Christ, and I am not against any race or any of that type of stuff, but I am for the betterment of mine. You understand what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that because every other race is feeling the same exact way. Now, blacks, we don't normally put money behind each other. We haven't done that since maybe the 70s or a peek into the 80s, you know, and this is what this is about, guys. It's not even really about, you know, it's not hate or none of that. It's about appreciating ourselves. If we appreciate ourselves, other people will understand that we will not stand and allow them to disrespect us.
You don't go into the Asian community without seeing black customers and clients. Do you see the problem there? In just 15 seconds, not only did she show the problem between the black and Asian community, but she shows the problem of the black community and our continuous allowance of us to let other people come in and economically exploit us, and for other people to see and benefit from our economic viability, everyone but us.
Congratulations, black people. Pat yourself on the back. You are the chosen ones. Now, boycotting Asian businesses was only step one. Do you really think you knocked it out the park? Do you think it's over now? No. I heard what that man said. You heard him just like I heard him. He was talking mad crap. Now, this is not me trying to incite a riot. This is me trying to take you back to the 1960s and help you bring it back to 2026.
In case you guys don't know, that is me. I am not in the United States anymore. My family of 5, we left during Snowvid, the scamdemic in 2020, and have not been back ever since. I want you guys to know that you can do it. When they tell you to get out the country or go back to where you're from, even though you don't know where you're from, because it's not Africa, hint, 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 you don't have to be there and be mistreated. You can go in countries like the one I'm in right now, where they appreciate you, they love you, and they don't mind your money and don't mind you being there either. So continue watching because I have an opportunity for you guys to escape the matrix.
These people do not fear you because they know that we fall back into our habits. They know that you're just going to do this for a week. You're going to do this for 2 weeks, or they're going to say they're sorry on TV or some crap like that and sing Kumbaya, or they're going to offer you some type of deal or some type of special. And some of you guys that are thirsty or greedy or have no consistency about you are going to fall for it. Now, I saw a clip of a man running into Asian salons and beauty supply stores and pulling black people out. That was the best thing I saw on the internet all damn day. We have to hold ourselves accountable. We have to police ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? They don't respect us because every time something is going on, we have to run and get their help. Okay? Now, boycotting Asian businesses was only step one. Step two is obvious. The reason why some of you guys are going to go back is because you don't have businesses. You don't have a business, so you're like, damn, all right, so what am I going to do if I need this? You know what? I'm just going to go back one time, and before you know it, they're going to be back in your face talking about some hurry up and buy. Okay? So no. If you go in the first pinned comment, you'll see a community that I created specially for you guys so that we can help give you guys businesses practically free. We need to build our own businesses. See, what happened was during the segregation.
Okay, so no, this is not a remote job. This is not a MLM opportunity or any of that type of stuff. I've been building businesses since the end of 2014. It is 2026 now. I have many students. I own an actual school. The school contains more than one race in there, but for this occasion right here, we have Exodus Global. If you go on the first pinned comment, you'll see the community that I built just for us to escape the matrix, escape persecution, just like in the scriptures when they were trying to get them. Christ told them to run into basically into Egypt because it was people over there in Egypt that look like us. Yes, we are Israel. So we ran into Egypt so we can blend in. You understand what I'm saying? So now guess what, you guys? And before they take away your ability to travel and get passports and put you back on plantations, you should use your passport and flee into countries where they look like you too. You know, it doesn't have to be Africa. We are everywhere. We are all over the planet, and we are free in some places to a certain extent. Okay, so keep watching.
Movement, the civil rights movement, we going ahead and we wanted to hold hands, Martin Luther King life, and they got us to say, okay, we can go to Walmart instead of go to our own businesses. Since they said, you know what, you could drink from the same water fountain as us, we shut down our water fountain. We shut it down. So now we have no choice but to use their stuff. But now is the time, guys. Don't fall back to sleep. Please don't fall back to sleep. This is the time where we build our own water fountain to drink from. This is the time where we build our own Walmart. And if you want to know if I have experience, I've been doing this since the end of 2014. Building businesses for multiple races and nations and all of that stuff. But you want to know what I do? Get more people like us to pay attention to building instead of saying, well, why should I build? There's already a store down the street. Well, guess what? Mustafa is next. Not trying to sound racist or anything like that, but the Indians are going to cut you out or talk stuff. They already talk stuff about us. Everybody talks stuff about us. Don't wait for somebody to get shot down for you to start building your own again. You understand what I'm saying? So guess what? Step one was boycotting their restaurants, boycotting their salons. Their salons, you're letting them melt your scalps. The weave that they're putting on you and the perms that they're putting in your head for years, they've been melting your scalps, hurting you. You were born with your own nails. Like every other animal in the animal kingdom, you have your own nails on your hands and your feet. You understand what I'm saying? Now, for the ladies that are watching this, like, man, I still want to use weave and all that. Guess what? We can show you how to become the supplier or either make direct contact with suppliers where you don't have to go to the hood beauty supply anymore where they discriminate against you and hate you. You understand? What if you could sell the hair to all of your sisters in the neighborhood and in your community? What if you can do your nails and your pedicures and stuff for each other and make the money?
So the reason why this boycott is exciting right now but might not last is because of this right here. You know, most of us can hold out for a moment, but the other nations, they own so much that it's going to start burning after a while. Now, what you need to do is Google black directories. Okay, you can Google black directories. We literally have people that have created tissue, toothpaste, all the essentials, sodas, even though you don't need that, juices. We have farms in certain places to get, real meat from. We have that stuff. If we would take the extra second to actually like search for it, guys. But most people aren't going to take that extra second. So this message that I'm giving you guys is not for the entirety of our so-called black race. It's for the chosen few. Those of you who are fed up. Those of you who do not want to go back. Those of you who feel good anytime you support your own community and you know that this is what you're supposed to be doing in the first place. You can support your own without hating others, okay? All right, so there is no hate, but aren't you tired of being at the bottom of the freaking totem pole? Right? You understand what I'm saying? Where people can jump in line. We sitting here fighting for rights and all of that. People can come into the United States and immediately have more rights than you. It's crazy. All right. So when you see in the first pinned comment the opportunity to join Exodus Global, this is a movement. This is not some product or something like that. This is a movement. You join a community. You tell us where you want to go. We line out a path for you. We help you to where you'll be able to fund your travels, get out of there, Underground Railroad life. You understand what I'm saying? And never have to look back like Lot's wife. Remember what Lot's wife turned into, right? So you can live anywhere you want to. God created the world for our sakes, not the block. All right? Not just the damn block.
Keep the money in the freaking hood. You understand what I'm talking about? It doesn't have to be a ghetto. It's only a ghetto because we strip all the resources from it and let them take all the money back to their neighborhoods. It don't have to be a ghetto if we respect ourselves. So don't celebrate too much yet. It's okay. Kudos for the boycott. But we've done this plenty of times. And this is why they're not panicking. This is why they're still talking stuff. This is not enough. Step 2 is when you start opening your own damn businesses. That's going to scare the living daylights out of them when you pop up with a dang on gas station. When you pop up with a beauty supply. When you pop up with a hood grocery store. Come on, man. Tell me I'm lying. That's going to scare the hell out of them because then they know we ain't going back. We're not going back. Okay? So I want you guys to understand. If you have to, get mad about it. If that's going to motivate you to make a freaking move and not sit your butt on the couch and just watch stuff go by and stroll and TikTok your thumb until you got a bicep in it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you got to wake up. I'm out here. You understand? I escaped the matrix out there. My son don't have to be a story on the news. My daughters don't have to be on old fans to make money or indoctrinated by some thought teachers in their dang own schools. You guys are still in that position, and I want to help you get out. And step 1 was boycotting all of that crap. Don't worry about where you're going to get it. Let's just stay away from it. And I promise you, on the other side of fear is the reward. It's the life of freedom that you've been wanting. I will show you how to make money. I will show you how to exodus and get away from that place. They always threatening you and telling you should go back somewhere. Well, I will show you how to go to a place outside the United States where they actually love having you around, where you're a blessing to people if you know how to act. You understand what I'm saying? So those are the first pinned comment. Join Exodus Global, and we will give you the path. We will give you the path. This is the new Underground Railroad, the 2026 Underground Railroad. You understand what I'm saying? And you ain't got to get no stripes to participate. Love y'all.
Everyone but us benefits. Not only is economic exploitation horrible enough, it gets worse than that. They come into our communities and they're very anti-Black, and they treat our people disrespectfully, and oftentimes it has led to them taking Black lives. This happened in 1991. This happened in 2023. This is a 30-year period, and the exact same things are happening. Something is immensely wrong as to why we have still allowed this to continue. The fact that we know how horribly we are treated by these business owners and their communities in our own community, and yet we have still somehow allowed them to be economically benefiting from us, is insanity. And the craziest part of it all is that none of these communities, whether it's Asian, Arabic, or even Palestinian, yes, are bringing in businesses that can benefit us, or that are necessary, are vital to our well-being. We don't need Chinese food to survive. So there's no point of us supporting them. We don't need our nails done to survive. We don't need liquor stores and drugs and horrible food that they're selling us. So the fact that they're able to still have economic viability in our communities is insane.
I love when a Black community says, let's boycott Asian businesses. Please do. We'll get rid of the Chinese takeout, the dry cleaners, the laundromat.
It is so damn ironic of you to bring up.
Before we move on, I like what old girl said. And it's funny that this video right here starts off with the same talking points she just said. Right? Do we really need the freaking Chinese food? Now, I know we love it. You understand what I'm saying? It's delicious. I ain't gonna lie to you. But my homeboy, he just made it. Like he just made a healthier version of it and it tastes almost the same. You understand? Now what's funny is when I grew up in a school, I had a homeboy named David Lee. He was Asian, right? And he was the homie, you understand? His dad brought me my first ninja star. So like I said, I have no hate towards Asians, and all of them don't hate us and all of that extra stuff. I don't believe that. But check this out. You understand what I'm saying? Um, I had a homie named David Lee, and his parents never fed him that crap that we be eating at the damn Chinese restaurants. They never ate it like that, and when they did eat rice, it was not all fried like that, you know. And when they did eat like the rest of that stuff, they didn't do it. It wasn't like how we eat it in the restaurants, guys. You understand? So we are sitting there being poisoned and then thanking them. You understand? We sitting there like, come on, man. Come on. I need y'all to understand that we've been supporting people that's been poisoning us most of the time. And then they want to sit here with the entitlement, even though they haven't earned entitlement. They're just siphoning it and borrowing it off of Caucasians and just think that they deserve it for some reason. They got the right to hate you guys, so we can hate you too by association. No, you can't. You can't. You understand what I'm saying? You got to understand, for the Asians watching this right now, white people, they get money from everybody. So they can cut off specific races. You guys can't. Over here in America, you only get money from us. No, I don't see no Caucasians in y'all places. I don't see no Arabs in your places. I don't see many Hispanics in your places unless they in the same hoods as us. You understand what I'm saying? So you can't do what Caucasians can do. If we boycott Caucasians, they like run all of the rest of the races, so they can still get money. It's going to hurt them, but not as much as it will hurt you. So you don't want to follow after them. Trust me. You're hurting your own allies. It don't make any sense.
Chinese restaurants and dry cleaners and laundromats, because we didn't choose those jobs. We were actually forced into them due to the anti-Asian laws created by white Americans and white European immigrants. And the only reason why those businesses survived was largely because of the support of black people. Woo. But a lot of you bootlickers don't know your history. And for that, I'm going to have to take you to school. Domain expansion. Infinite TED Talk. What's up, everyone? My name is Rainier, and this is the true history of boycotting Asian businesses. You see, before Chinese restaurants and gas stations and beauty supply stores, the first Chinese migrants were actually in America in the 1800s during the California Gold Rush, and then to build the Transcontinental Railroad across the West Coast. But when the gold ran out and the final train tracks were laid, the American economy fell into a depression, and poor white Americans and European immigrants started to feel threatened by Chinese labor.
Now, if you guys ever saw that TV show called Warrior, the leader of it is Hassan. He's the lead character of it. The story was written by Bruce Lee. Now, as far as Bruce Lee goes, we already know nobody loves Bruce Lee more than the black community. Maybe not even their own, which is why they sniped him out. Anyway, for teaching us his ways. But anyway, now let's move on. But the movie or the show Warrior shows like what was going on when Asians first came over. They were persecuted against, hated. They were hung the same way we were. Now, nobody will ever be able to compare to the pain of us. For some reason, Caucasians just hate us worse than they hate any freaking body on earth. And they go country to country trying to find us every time we get free and then reshackle us again. But that's a story for another day. My point is, guys, you should be able to relate in some semblance. You understand? If you watch that movie or that show, Warrior, man, them Caucasians was doing y'all dirty. They were doing y'all dirty. I don't know if it's Stockholm syndrome or some type of psychological break or some type of weird infatuation with the power structure or something like that. But like, man, if you watch that show, it's like, how do you even want to deal with, how would you choose them over another oppressed race? Like, how would you choose to be like them or be with them when you are oppressed the same way? And let's not forget, all of your civil rights came from our civil rights movement. We created that. We fought for that. We died for that. My grandfathers, grandmothers, and all of that, they did that so that you guys would be able to come over to a free country while getting better benefits than the ones that actually fought for it. You understand what I'm saying? So look, check out Warrior and maybe you'll have a better appreciation of what's actually going on. You will never be them. You will never be Caucasian. You can get the surgery to unslant your eyes all you want. You can bleach your skin and blind your hair. You will never be Caucasian, and they will never look at you as that. Okay, so remember that, and remember your place. And your place is way closer to ours than it is to theirs.
And so what did they do? They joined anti-coolie clubs, and they advocated for anti-coolie laws that would limit the opportunities of Chinese laborers and tax anybody who hired Chinese workers. The racism was so bad that Chinese people were hunted down in their neighborhoods, beaten up by mobs of white men, or just straight up lynched in the streets. This violence is a big reason why Chinatowns were created in the first place. They are ghettos.
We got to stop it right there. He said Chinatowns. These Chinatowns are the reason, like what was going on is the reason the Chinatowns were created in the first place. So basically the Chinatowns are just a glorified ghetto, guys. The same way we have hoods and ghettos and stuff. The Chinese were put in these little sections of town as well because Caucasians didn't want to be near them or mix and mingle with them either. So when he bragged about his Chinatown, you have to understand, like this brother right here is saying, you ain't have no choice but to live in Chinatown. The other guy said he bragged about Chinatown as if it was some type of accomplishment when it was your imprisonment from the Caucasians. So yeah, now check this out. What's funny is you can go back and live in your Chinatown, but you make your money on our side of town. You don't make your money in Chinatown. You live there, but you don't make money there. So if you had to sell to your own people, you would be in just as bad of a boat as we are in, as Black Americans are in. See, the difference is we don't mind sharing our money with other races. We have a problem of not sharing it with our damn selves. You guys, you don't buy from yourselves either. You're no better. You understand what I'm saying? You're just lucky. You're blessed to have us come buy your stuff. Because if we didn't buy your stuff, no other race would. No other race would. No Arabs would buy your stuff. No East Indians would buy your stuff. I've never seen an East Indian doing a mukbang with Chinese food or any of that stuff. We are the only ones. Okay, so you better learn to appreciate it or go broke and go bankrupt or go back home like you tell us.
They are safe spaces where Chinese people could set up shop and live together. But because of these anti-coolie laws, the only businesses that they could set up and get financing for were restaurants, grocery stores, and laundromats. Side note, so you should definitely watch the Warrior series because it's based on the writings of Bruce Lee and it's set in the 1870s during all of this anti-Asian racism. But even though...
Side note, Warrior is one of my favorite damn shows of all time. I told you we love y'all. And it's very sad that it's not reciprocated. Yes, you guys have Asian rappers, but it's like you guys forget where it comes from. You guys like to siphon off of and leech off of us and not give credit where credit is due, just like your oppressor does. They're not your friend. We're going to address the Caucasian man as your oppressor, just like he is for us. He's not your friend either. Sorry, you were tricked. Okay? Sorry, deceit hurts. I know it hurts, man. The Indians can tell you all about it. Now, now check this out. Dude, Warrior is my favorite damn show. One of my favorite shows. I watched all 3 seasons, even Into the Badlands with Sonny, right? Like the leader of that was an Asian as well. So like, it's not that I'm saying, oh, I like y'all shows to prove I'm not racist or something like that. Racism has to have power behind it, not just prejudice. It's not just talking stuff about you, but we put action behind our lack of racism to you guys, right? You know, we actually support you guys and your businesses and have been doing it forever. We can drive further out and go to white businesses only. But since you guys have been bunched up with us and we understand your oppression, we understand your guys' pain, we relate to you guys and we thought we were all cool. But as history has shown, anytime you guys get any type of handout from the Caucasians, you'll turn on us. And it's very, very sad.
Black people were fighting their own freedoms at the time, they still took the initiative to speak up for Asians.
Yes,
and
sir.
in 1869, the great Frederick Douglass gave the Composite Nation speech, where he said, "Let the Chinaman come. He will help to augment the national wealth. He will help to develop our boundless resources. He will help to pay off our national debt. He will help to lighten the burden of our national taxation. He will give us the benefit of his skill as a manufacturer and as a tiller of the soil in which he is unsurpassed." Then in 1871 in Los Angeles, a mob of 500 white men robbed Chinese businesses and killed 19 Chinese immigrants. Hatred was so commonplace that companies would release advertisements to sell their laundry products.
That looks familiar. That looks familiar now. They used to have postcards with black babies on them and us being, you know what, unalived and all of that stuff on it too. So they treated you guys the exact same way. Ain't that crazy? And you have the nerve to try to act better than us. Now, then you have your Natasha dolls overseas. Then you have your racist Tide laundromat commercials as well. I've seen all of that stuff. You guys are freaking hypocrites. You're hypocrites, right? Like, how do you want rights when you're going to treat like us the same way the Caucasians do when we fought for you guys? You understand? But then you have a problem with us wanting to build for ourselves. You're almost worse than them. At least they don't disguise their hate. You guys disguise your hate. You understand what I'm saying? And it's sad. But guess what? The money's going to dry up.
Products using anti-Chinese racism. And then decades later, when the Hoover Company needed to sell washing machines, they published this ad over here depicting Chinese laundromat workers being displaced by automation. Now, if you watched Sinners, you probably remember the two Asian characters over here who ran a grocery store. And a lot of people were kind of confused why they were included, but that's because many Asians who left the West Coast due to a lack of work and racism, they fled to the South to work on sugar and cotton plantations. Many of those same Asians set up grocery stores in those black neighborhoods, which means black people were speaking up for Asians on the West Coast and putting dollars into our businesses in the American South. Fast forward to the 1980s when Vincent Chin was bludgeoned to death with a baseball bat by two white men who thought that Vincent was Japanese, Ronald Ebens and Michael Nitz.
So look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this history of you guys being treated similarly to how we are still treated. Maybe it's calmed down a little bit for you guys, but it's never calmed down for us. And since it's calmed down for you guys a little bit, you seem to got out of your place. You seem to think that you're better. I promise you, you're not. I promise you, they still look at you exactly the same way. Look at this man right here. They thought he was Japanese. And since the Pearl Harbor thing happened, they like, look, we're going to get anybody with Asian slanted looking eyes. And they got this man. That's crazy. That is crazy. They didn't even care he wasn't Japanese. And these are the people that you align yourself with and try to go against us with. You are freaking retarded if you are one of those Asians that think that you are better. Look at your history, man.
Recently lost their job at the Chrysler factory, and they blamed the Japanese car market for destroying the American automotive industry. And so they killed Vincent Chin. And when the Asian community needed to seek justice, who showed up for us? Jesse Jackson. I could honestly...
Ooh, did you see that black man, Jesse Jackson, right there standing with all your Asians, with all your ancestors and all of them, your grandparents and stuff, the same ones that tell us to hurry up and buy and get out of the store? You know what I'm saying? You got that black man right there risking his life to do speeches and go out there and march with you guys and hold hands with you guys. Meanwhile, his grandkids can't even come into your shops, the same shops you're allowed to have because of us. You understand what I'm saying? It's so ungrateful. It is, you guys are literally, being the epitome. Like, you're the definition. If biting the hand that feeds you was a person, you understand? That's what you are. Because we feed you. You can shut the, we'll take our stores out of your, do it. I would love to see you do it. I want to see how well Asian businesses do without us. Because I promise you, I've never seen your stores in the suburbs with the Caucasians. And I've like the only people that come to China, like you make money in Chinatown when we come there on tourism. tourism. That's what feeds Chinatown too. So if we get out of Chinatown and we don't have you in our hoods, where are you gonna make your money from? Because after Caucasians are done just snapping pictures and visiting your temples, they don't have any more money for you. No consistent money. No consistent money, guys. So you chose the wrong side if you were going to choose a side.
Keep going, but I'm going to end on this note. If you know the Disney movie, The Jungle Book, then you know the author of the original book, Rudyard Kipling. But what you might not know is that Rudyard also infamously created the poem, The White Man's Burden, which symbolizes the pain and the struggle of being a white man who is responsible for carrying African, Asian, Latino, and indigenous people out of the jungles of barbarism into the promised land of civilization. But for a lot of you bootlickers, you seem to think that just because you're in another basket that you're better than black folks, even though we've worked on the same plantations and we've been lynched by the same angry mobs. You're trying so hard to get invited to the picnic, even though history has proven that we'll never truly be accepted by them.
Nope.
And in fact, history shows us the opposite. History has shown us that even though black people have no reason to invite us to the cookout, for well over a century, they have still had the heart to save us a plate. So to all you ungrateful Asian bootlickers out there crying about black people boycotting Asian businesses, just know that this protest doesn't come from nowhere. It came from over 100 years of showing love to Asian people and not receiving that same love and support in return. Goddamn, I think it's time that we need to return the favor.
Boom.